Welcome to On the Sidelines, the show that discusses sports and how sports intersects our lives. I'm your host, Paul McGrath, and I'm glad that you can join us for this show. For most of us, making a sports team is a big deal, whether it be at the Little League level, the high school level, or even the college level. Making the team is a proud accomplishment. And for most of us, the progression I just mentioned is the path that most follow. But there is one sport, and maybe others, that takes a different route. I am referring to the sport of hockey. On the Sidelines welcomes Robbie and Suzanne DeKleine and their son Robert to discuss the path that has taken the DeKleines and their 16-year-old son to Westborough. Welcome to On the Sidelines.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So you are, I don't know, how long have you been in Westborough? And maybe you can give us where you've come from and a build-up. And anyone can start.
Sure. We came from Pennsylvania 3 years ago. Suzanne and I moved out there from New Jersey and had our family out there. Robert's journey in hockey led us to Westborough, ultimately down the road.
Mm-hmm. So now what do you do in life, shall we say, for your profession?
My husband and I are both teachers, and we've been teaching for over 20 years, both of us in the same school. We met at work.
At school?
Yeah.
You know, we did a show once on how you met your spouse. Well,
We'll have us
sign
back
you up
for
for
that,
next year when you do that. Okay, don't get into details yet.
But yeah, so we worked together, and like I said, we were in the same district for quite a few years, and when we got the chance, this opportunity came up for Robert to play for a team out here. We felt in our careers that we were ready for a change and a move, and being teachers, it's kind of an easy career to relocate.
Okay. Now, were both of you athletes or play sports?
He was more.
I played basketball and baseball. I could barely stand on skates.
Skating was not. Nope.
So for Robert, it was kind of let's get him into a learn to skate to start out when he was about 4 or 5 years old. Just to try something new.
So what generated getting him to skate?
Just thought it'd be cool for him to learn how to skate.
No, and I think it was something that I never really was able to do. So I kind of just wanted to see if he liked to skate. And it turned from learn to skate to learn to play hockey, and then turned into B-level hockey to A-level to AA to AAA and so forth.
So can you skate now?
I could skate a little bit.
Wait a minute, how about you doing this?
You guys skate.
I can skate. I grew up near a lake, so I would skate.
From New Jersey? Both in New Jersey?
Yeah.
So he basically, do you remember skating at 4 years old?
A little bit. I just remember, my dad kind of just throwing me out there and saying, kind of figure it out yourself. Had the little cone to push around and kind of just push myself.
It was more like running when he first learned.
Yeah.
So then, what I never played hockey. Love hockey, never played. But for me, I always wanted to play baseball. I was baseball at my age, and so it was. I made the Little League team. Back then they didn't have minors, so I made a Little League team when I was 9. And I was disappointed when I didn't make it at 8. And an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old in Little League, big difference, even at 9. What age did you start playing, I guess, I don't know, on a team? Or do you remember?
Like real team, probably around 7, maybe younger.
He's been playing,
6.
T-ball. He's always been a very competitive person and just very athletic. Even as a little baby.
So he was 6 years old. We weren't sure how hockey even worked, to be honest, because I was a basketball player,
so you didn't play hockey much? Watch hockey?
Even watching, we didn't watch a whole lot of it.
So hockey wasn't a big.
It wasn't not at all. So we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. He went to the tryout.
You might be better off than
Yes, exactly. He went to the tryout and ended up making the team, and we were like, all right, let's do this. and he started out at the lowest level at the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, which was about a 40-minute drive from us.
So Lehigh Valley, is that Pennsylvania?
Yep, Pennsylvania.
So you're going over state lines here? Are you in?
No, so we started in New Jersey,
Yep.
we were living in Pennsylvania,
I see.
and then we were working still in New Jersey,
You
so
go
we
back
were
and
kind
forth.
of
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
The closest rink, we were in the Poconos, the closest rink was about a 40-minute drive away, so we would drive 40 minutes south
For
to Lehigh Valley
practices.
for the practices and the games, and that's where it got started.
And hockey really wasn't his first sport. What was your first sport?
Yeah, probably baseball
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
at first, and then kind of slowly developed into liking hockey a little bit more. Even though I still love baseball, I still play today too. So
Now, around here, some of the ice time was at 4 or 5 in the morning. How did that work in your
It
area?
wasn't so bad for the
Yeah.
Phantoms because I think it was a newer organization as
There were some early
so they
games,
were kind
though.
of starting out, but yeah, there were
Oh,
some
yeah.
early games, and everything that they played league-wise was further south. So we were driving to Philadelphia, a 2.5 hour drive from our home in the Poconos for a 6 o'clock game.
Yeah.
So there were sometimes I would wake him up around 3 a.m., throw
Jump in
him
the
in the
car.
car. He would sleep on the way, and we would get to the game. He would wake up and get ready to play.
And both of you were teachers,
Yeah.
teaching this whole time
Yes.
in whatever system it
Yep.
might have been.
Yep.
So, what position? I mean, did you ever say I want to be a goalie, or did you just say I want to score goals? Or
I
how-
kept kind of
score.
always just want to score goals. Actually, my sister plays hockey too, and she's kind of the complete opposite, which is kind of funny. She's a defenseman that has no interest in scoring
It's
goals,
hard, it's
just
just
playing
the-
defense. So,
Have you ever skated against her?
oh yeah.
She's younger.
Who
She's
wins
10.
those? Wow.
Yeah.
She's pretty tough.
She's pretty
good,
tough.
yeah.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
No, when he first started out, though, for his mite team, they had a rotating goalie
yeah,
because
you're right.
there was no
Nobody
goalie on
wanted
the
to
team.
be
There was
goalie.
about 8 kids on the team, and they started out rotating them. And Robert's first game as a mite, he went out and had a hat trick, and he wanted to try goalie, and his coach ended up telling him, no, we need you to score goals. So he started scoring goals from the beginning.
Yeah, you talk to the guys around here that are in the field leagues, and if you're a goalie, you'll play, and then the next game, whoa, where you going? We need a goalie.
Exactly.
They always need a goalie.
They like
But
their
sometimes the
goalies.
goalie's a little bit mental capacity,
Yeah.
I always say.
Right.
So I don't know how it progresses. Your bantams, is it really almost like Little League, or do you stay on that team, or do you keep progressing to different teams?
Yeah, I'd say you kind of just keep progressing. You kind of stay with like your same age group though.
Yeah.
So I was born in 2010, so I've kind of played hockey my whole life, playing with that 2010 age group. And as we get older, then hitting comes. Your whatever Pee-wee year when you're 13 years or 12 years old, and it kind of just keeps progressing from there.
So then comes high school, or you're going to be a freshman. So where were you at that point?
Yeah, so when we moved to Westborough, I was my 8th grade year, and then I went.
Well, let's back up. Why did you move to
can even-
Westboro?
Well, there
I
was-
guess-
there was
Probably
another
even
team.
move before that. We can back up before that.
There was
even,
another team after the
when-
Phantoms that we.
So he started at the lowest level of mites when he was 6 years old, and the following year he moved up a level. He was still a mite. He moved up to an A level. Then he was still a mite. He moved up to the AA level, and the organization.
And we're all in Pennsylvania.
We're all in
for this.
Pennsylvania
Yeah.
still.
Okay.
Then the organization kind of told us that Robert's kind of outgrown the team, and us not knowing hockey, we were like, how can you outgrow the team? Like, we want to stay here. This is our state where we're close. We want to stay here. So they kind of suggested to look for a higher level. We got in touch with a coach in New Jersey for the New Jersey Rockets in Bridgewater, New Jersey, and got him on a AAA team, which was like a national team that would end up traveling around the country to play.
Now, when you did that, did we move back to Jersey?
We did not,
We,
so-
we're still
Yes.
in PA, and
So-
he's
The craziest part about that was, they started out PA in the morning, then they went to work in New Jersey.
Came home.
Then my dad would come back to Pennsylvania, pick me up in Pennsylvania, go back to New Jersey for practice,
Yeah,
then drive all the
literally,
way back. It was,
He would get off the bus at our house and get in the car in the driveway and then just leave for practice to go back to Jersey.
Yeah.
And it was significantly longer, an hour and 20 minutes,
One
hour
way.
and 30 minutes
One
each
way.
way.
And practice is after school?
Yep.
Yep.
After.
Some were even a little bit later. So
Yep.
sometimes we were getting in at 10 o'clock at night. We were doing homework in the
car.
car. He was passing me homework, and I was
Who's
trying
doing
to
the homework?
check
You or
it.
him?
Luckily, he was doing it. But yeah, he kind of earned moving up to the
So
next
we're
step
in
along the way.
Bridgewater, and how old would you be then?
He was there from probably 10 years old to 13. He was
Yeah.
there for 3 years.
Yeah.
So you're doing this,
For 3 years.
For 3 years, yep.
building up
And-
air miles, but you no credit
Yeah,
for that.
exactly.
Doing
And
that.
then he got a phone call one summer to play for the Junior Bruins out in Canada. And we went up to Ottawa, and he did fantastic. He led the tournament in goals, points, assists. I think it was all 3 of them. And, you know, he had a great time. He got along with the kids. It was more like a family. So
Yeah.
it was always something in the back of our mind, like if we could ever
Wow.
make that work, that would be fantastic. But we kind of blew it off to the side. Came October, and he was playing in a tournament up here at the Sports Center, and we got a phone call when we got back home from the coach, kind of like feeling us out and seeing if we would be interested in possibly moving.
Now, which coach is this now?
This is a coach for the Minutemen Flames, Mike Anderson,
And where are they located?
in Marlborough.
In Marlborough.
Oh, they're right
Yep.
here in
Yeah.
Marlborough.
The
Okay,
New England
yeah.
Sports Center.
Yep, at the Sports Center, and
Yeah,
they were like
okay.
considered one of the top teams for his age group.
Yeah, they were ranked like, I think,
in the
the
top
third or
3
fourth.
usually. Yeah.
in the country. Yeah.
So he gave us a call, and we kind of started to really consider, you know, what we could possibly end up doing, and if we can make it work.
And that's when we started our journey on as teachers getting certified out here, because it's a whole different process. First thing was we had to find a job. Where we didn't say we're going to Westborough. It was wherever we get a job.
Well, even before
Find-
that, we had
Yeah.
to take all of the tests again, even though we had 20
All the
years.
certification
It was,
tests for Massachusetts to
6
teach
tests
in
to
Massachusetts.
Teach here, and then
Yeah, so it wasn't reciprocal.
Now, what level do you teach at?
Elementary.
You're both
elementary
elementary
level.
teacher?
I'm
Yeah.
a first grade teacher.
At the time,
She's
I
an
was
ESL
first in
teacher.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
Now I'm currently an ESL teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and we teach in the same school again in Worcester.
Came back together.
I gotta have to do a story on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, pretty interesting. But yeah, so that was a feat in itself, doing that, getting the certification, finding the jobs, applying for jobs. In the meantime, we didn't want to tell Robert. You know, we kind of kept it a little on the down low. We didn't want him
Yeah,
getting his hopes up, like.
Well, did you know?
I had no clue.
You had no clue that Marlboro wanted you, or?
Well, I knew
No,
that
he
they
didn't.
kind of wanted.
Flames,
I knew
yeah.
that they kind of wanted me at that point,
Yeah,
but you know,
we
I
didn't
was
want
like,
to
"There's
say
no
we're
way."
going and then it not happen because
Yeah.
there's so much. We have to find a place to live. We have to relocate.
Well, yeah, you had a few things to do.
Yeah, we had to cross our T's and dot our I's, and
This was from October to hopefully being out here for the hockey
For that
season,
next
the
season.
following August.
So, and the only thing you knew about, I suppose, this area was coming up for the games.
Yes.
yes, that's
about
all
it.
we knew. And we knew some people. I have some teacher friends. We also a dad on the team we were hoping to go to was a superintendent. So he kind of like would tell us some school names and things. But basically, it was just we had no idea. And then one day, you know, I'm looking at online at places to rent. We decided we were going to rent first because we don't want to invest in a home and not know the area and whatever. So, and we found the house we're in now. And
Was that the first one you looked at?
was it?
So yes,
I-
we ended up driving up for 3.5, 4
An
hours
open
each
house?
way, just for an
Yeah.
open house to look at it, and we just got the feeling that, you know, this house is great and the area is great, and we really wanted to be here.
The schools,
And
too.
I
And the
ended up
schools,
writing a
we-
letter to the landlord
we
to
were
kind of
really,
hope to get in
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit, and
And being
she loved
teachers,
us. And
excited about how
luckily
great
we ended up here.
the
yeah.
school districts are here.
Right,
too.
right.
So yeah.
So then you had to tell him, or what?
Yeah, well, I got a job first. He had a few jobs. Some of them had fallen through, and it was like, okay, well, mom's gonna go. Dad's still going to stay back in Jersey
So I can work and I'll come up
and
on
drive
the
back and forth
weekends.
on the weekend.
Well, he's used to driving.
I know.
So it was a lot of sacrifice,
Yeah,
and then he has a sister too, so it was a sacrifice for her to leave her school, her friends. She was a little bit younger, so a little bit easier for her, and our house were right next to Armstrong. She just
Yeah, she
fit
could almost
right
roll
in.
out of bed. Yeah.
She does. She goes out the back fence, and she's right on property. But now she's at Mill Pond. But it literally everything just fell into place and happened, and it was almost like it was so meant to be. So, you know, and we kind of left it like that. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it happens, it happens, and it did, and it all just.
So where were you going to school at the time?
I was going to school in Pennsylvania still. I went to Pleasant Valley.
You were still in school, yeah.
Yeah, I never got to high school there. I think I finished 7th grade there.
So then when you came here, what happened? Where did you go?
Then I went to Gibbon, Sarah Gibbons Middle School for Westborough for 1 year, and then eventually to high school freshman year.
Okay, so let's look at some pictures here. Maybe you can tell us who you're playing with and what's going on here. 'Cause
Yeah.
We looked at them. We said, well, we'll let Robert tell us.
Yeah, so that's me playing for Belmont Hill this year.
Oh, it's Belmont Hill.
Yeah, so this was my first season, my sophomore year, playing for them, first year in this high school. Absolutely loved it. This picture is me scoring a goal against Phillips Andover. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, let's take a peek. What is this one here?
So about a month
Spring break we
Yeah, about a
went.
month ago. I went out to Shawinigan, Canada, which is in Quebec, which was a showcase for a junior league called the QMJHL. So when you turn 16, you are eligible for a draft for juniors. I was eligible for USHL and QMJHL. It depends on like the region for your age and stuff. So this was like a little showcase right before the draft, just get out there, get seen a little bit more.
Lots of scouts.
Lots of scouts.
Lots of scouts, yeah.
And when was this?
This was
This is in April?
April.
Just this past
Just this
April.
April, yeah.
Only 3 Americans were there.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
3
It's all
Americans were there.
Canadians, so.
All Canadians, yeah.
Oh,
So it was a pretty cool experience also, seeing like the language barrier with the French and stuff, which was pretty awesome, and meeting all the Canadian kids and coaches. And then this picture's of me last year. What month is this?
Was it August or July?
I think it was July.
It was in the
This was
summer
in
of
July
last
and
summer,
summer.
yeah.
This was national camp. First year I can go to national camp. So they pick around 12 forwards from the state of Massachusetts to go compete at this camp in Buffalo, and it's all the best talent from all of America for your age group. And I was on Kelly Green. We actually went undefeated, and my team was really good. And yeah.
Now, do you go to these two?
I went with him to that.
You went to that one.
Yes.
I mean,
We were at the Q too, because it was
Yeah,
our
we
spring
did go to
break
that.
as
Oh, I
teachers.
see. So that
yeah.
worked out well.
So if
Lately
it
we
works
st-
out, yeah.
We
Yeah.
started to ship him off by himself
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
lately. That was finally.
Yeah, in this camp too, I also stayed in like a
dorms
dorm.
there for
Yeah,
us.
I was in dorms with 3 of my teammates, which was a cool experience for like college and stuff. And I felt like it kind of also gave me a little view, because I boarded at Belmont Hill this year too, so I was a little prep for that too.
Yeah.
but you're doing these, and I mean, it's very interesting because you're playing with different line mates. I mean,
Yeah.
You
Oh,
go to
yeah.
one, then you kind of
Yeah.
you want to look good, but
Yeah.
these guys do too. But
Yep.
you don't know their moves, or they don't
Yeah.
know yours. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you try to mesh in with them, I suppose, in
Yeah,
practice.
yeah. It's definitely kind of got to get used to them a little bit within your first couple shifts.
Now the other one, were they speaking French?
Yeah, some of them.
So
Some
how
of them
did
were
you do on
speaking
that?
French.
But you
some
said
of-
a lot of them knew English.
Yeah, a lot of
so,
them.
Yeah.
Almost all of them like knew English, even though they weren't 100% fluent with it. But you could definitely tell like the coaches, their heavy French accent. Like
There we go.
Yeah.
So these are the recent,
This is one of the recent ones.
Your draft
A couple
picture.
weeks ago, even right when I was ending school, was the USHL Draft, like I was talking before, which is a junior league for it's the United States Hockey League, which is for the draft for 16-year-olds was here, or was this year, and I was fortunate enough to get picked by an amazing organization in Sioux City, the Sioux City Musketeers. I got picked round 7, pick 97. There's about 15 rounds, 250 picks, maybe even a little bit more. And yeah, I'm just super grateful.
Just went to camp?
I just went to camp in Sioux City.
He flew out by himself.
A couple of days ago, which was an
We
awesome
shipped
experience.
into that one. We didn't go.
Yeah. Well, I saw your name in the Charlottetown Guardian and the Charlottetown Islanders, round 9,
Yeah, that's-
pick 87.
Yeah.
So now we've got 2 people or 2 organizations looking for Robert DeKleine.
Yeah.
I mean, where are we on that? Or
Um,
are we firmly entrenched in midair here?
Yeah, no, they're.
yeah, I mean,
He goes to the Q camp
Yeah.
in August, so he
Yeah.
just did the
Oh,
USHL.
that'll be coming up too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll do that camp as well, and he is staying at Belmont one more year.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you will be at Belmont.
So
Yeah.
some kids, if they are ready or they feel they want to, they do go their junior year. But he's going to stay his junior year at Belmont Hill, and then most likely his senior year.
So how did you find
pick one of these
Belmont
things.
Hill, or how did they find you?
So when it's funny because I guess like right before your team started, the Minutemen Flames, they all started to say, oh, I might go to this school, or I might go to that school. We know nothing about prep schools because we're public school teachers. So this is all very new to us and all very expensive. Prep schools are very expensive. But we just kind of jumped on the boat with everyone else and started sending our applications to certain schools. And then there were coaches that have been, the coaches from these prep schools that have been at recent games that have scouted and seen Robert and contacted us. So I guess our number one school the whole time was Bell. We just loved it from the start when he went for his interview there. Just an amazing, amazing school. And we're worried about the financial part of it as well. Being both teachers, it's pretty steep. But he wound up getting waitlisted because we had applied for financial aid. And we were kind of bummed. We're like, oh boy. But the coach was amazing and consistent with us on the phone, like every week. Just hang in there, It's going to happen, it's going to happen. And eventually it did. We got the call, and he got pretty much a full ride for the school. So we were just humbled, amazed, and like, wow, for this experience for him.
So we're going to be at Belmont Hill. You'll be a sophomore.
I'll be a junior next year.
You'll be a junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, somewhere along as in the back of our head,
Yeah.
I guess we have a decision to
Yeah,
make.
Yeah.
So that would mean senior year might be in Sioux City, or it might
Yeah.
be in Prince Edward Island.
Yeah.
But we're
Those are the
way
two
down the road
choices.
here.
Yeah,
So we
that's-
know there'll be a decision there. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's been very fortunate to have a really good advisor as well.
Well, that's my
Yes.
question. Who's the advisor? How does that work?
So again, we had no clue what's
clue.
going on.
He called me a lot.
He
He left
had
me
no
messages.
advisor at all. No
called him
help
back.
besides me and Suzanne
And his
doing what we
coaches kind
can.
of giving us some.
But we had somebody reach out who was trying to get in touch with Suzanne and eventually got in touch with her. We had a meeting, and he kind of told us where we should be headed as far as if he really wants to push forward with hockey, he should really try to get in the prep,
into prep, so he can.
part of it. And that was like the end of October of a couple, I guess not this past year, the year before. And deadlines for different applications were like November, so I was
like,
like,
let's
oh, I don't
go.
know what to do here. So I got on the computer and I sent out probably about 6 different emails to coaches, just introducing myself and mentioning my son's Robert and he's playing on the Minutemen Flames and seeing if they had any interest at all. And I received, I think, 5 emails back right away. And we kind of talked to a bunch of the coaches, and he visited St. Mark's and Belmont Hill and Nobles as well.
All
who
great
are all pretty
schools.
interested in them.
Oh, great hockey too. Yeah.
But the advisor has been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been helpful
with Robert and kind of just directing him where he needs to go.
You're a left winger.
Yeah.
Any players that you emulate or look at or? Okay.
I really so when we moved up here, we went to a lot of Boston College games.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, they had that stacked team. They were like #1 in the country. They had, Gabe Perreault, Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
And my favorite was Ryan Leonard, which I love his game so much. He has that gritty compete to him, and then at the same time, he has this incredible skill that he's able to showcase, both sides, defense, offense, and just, showing that, compete, like I said before, I feel like that's the biggest part of my game. I just love going out there, working as hard as I can, and competing to win every single game.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a left winger; it's a left-handed batter. Where are we? Where are we here? What school are we playing for here?
Yeah. So when I moved up here, and I was kind of getting introduced to my hockey team. One of my buddies, one of my best friends, he played baseball, and he was like, he knew I played baseball. He was like, hey, you want to come maybe play for the team? And I was like, yeah, I love that. So this is the Metro West Devils. They're out of Ashland. So at that point, the coach, Paul Everett, he's currently the coach at Nobles right now for baseball. He invited me to come in, throw a bullpen, pitch to him a little bit, and hit a little bit in the cage. And after that, he was like, we like you a lot, we're really interested, you want to come play with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love that. And I've been playing Devils for 2 years, kind of taking a step back a little bit this year, just playing a couple of tournaments.
Right. And you're a pitcher.
Yeah, I'm a pitcher too.
And would you're batting? We got a picture of you batting and a picture of you pitching.
Yeah.
Do they let you bat? Because I know there's some that don't want the pitchers to bat even at that level. But what did you tell them you wanted to bat?
Yeah, I told him I wanted to bat. I was fortunate enough to be able to do both. I think one of the biggest things for the pitcher is that I'm a lefty. I was the only lefty on the team, so that's pretty big for the team.
And then last year, as a freshman at Westborough, he made the varsity baseball team. Not pitching though. Played center field and batted leadoff the whole season.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a fellow from Westborough High that plays for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Wow.
Ian Seymour.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So there are some connections here.
Yeah.
So there's big family sacrifices and thoughts that go into this, and the person that's not here is your daughter.
We asked her, and
So-
she didn't want to come.
Well, I know, but how is she in this whole thought process? Because it's kind of tough. I think I don't know because
She was
you're very
scared,
important,
yeah.
and then how does she come along? I mean, how old is she?
She's 10 years old.
Yeah,
Oh, so
she-
she's a little bit younger, yeah.
So
yeah.
she was 8
Yeah,
when
she
we
was.
came out here. She was scared.
Yeah.
Know? She had her world, her house. We lived in Pennsylvania, and that was it. That's all she knew. Her the neighborhood friends. But we tried to explain to her where we lived in Pennsylvania was very rural, and like a lot of her friends were far away. We'd have to drive to visit people. But in Westborough, it's amazing. And told her you're gonna have so many friends. One thing was you're gonna learn to ride a bike because there's sidewalks, and so we tried to get her excited about it. When she got here, our concern first was in school, and we talked with the teachers, and they said she was shy and a little quiet, but that didn't take long, and eventually she just made tons of friends, and she plays softball. She plays hockey at Marlborough as well with the Lady Flames. So she's got friends for hockey, friends for softball, friends at school. She fits. It's a great change. It's a great change for her, socially and
So we've kind of melted into Westborough, which
we love it here. We really love Westborough.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we always try to tie something. Everybody knows somebody, or somehow there's a tie-in. And Belmont Hill.
Yeah.
You have at Belmont Hill Matt Grislick played for the Bruins
Yep.
at the Belmont Hill. Paul Mara, back in the day, 7 teams, played for the Bruins. One of those, he went there. Ian Moran. I mean, there's a bunch. Teddy Stiga, Boston
Yeah.
College.
Yeah.
But we have one here we're going to hone in on. This is the Westborough High School hockey team
Jeez, yeah.
from 1984.
Wow.
And we did a show a few years ago. They went to the state championship,
Oh wow.
and they lost. These are the 3 co-captains and
Oh,
captains.
okay.
So we have Scott O'Connor on the left, Jimmy Brown in the middle, and Steve Tepper, good-sized guy, on the right. And Steve played 1 game with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Ooh.
But Steve, you get up. So at any rate, the connection here is they lost the state championship game. Now, one of the players also that went to Belmont Hill was Jimmy Vesey. Harvard, 2016 Hobie Baker.
Yep.
Wow.
When they played for the championship, Jimmy Vesey's father played on the opposition.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So there's always connections
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah,
you
that's
can
crazy.
make. So that's the
Yeah,
connection
that's
we can make
great.
to Belmont Hill.
That is so
Any
great.
closing thoughts on that you have or about the hockey and Westborough? Or?
I mean, we're just really excited about the future for
Yeah.
this guy here. He's worked really, really hard academically and in all his
And
hockey.
this town has been great to all of us. All the people have been so welcoming. We
Yeah.
love being able to walk to the different places, and
Yeah.
that our kids, were welcomed with open arms in the schools.
Yeah, it's a
I-
great town.
I just can't thank my family enough for all their sacrifice too. Like, I can't put in words like how grateful I am for them, and also like they said, I love this town. It's a great close community.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for coming in. We know you have some big decisions along the way,
Yeah.
but somehow you've got this far and,
Yeah.
and you've come along. And we want to wish you all the best.
Oh, thank
And
you.
we're glad to have you here in
Thank you.
Westborough.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Alright.
having us.
So this is Paul McGrath saying thanks for watching. And we hope to see you at the game. And if you're not in the game, we hope to see you on the sidelines.